Happy New Year, everybody. It's Mercy, and I'm here with my first video for 2014. In this video, I'm just going to show you this mini album that I made for my husband. It was actually supposed to be an anniversary card. However, once I started to plan it out, it became an actual mini album. So I wanted to show you how I made it. On December 31st, 2013, we celebrated 13 years of marriage, and it's one of our 2 wedding anniversaries. I have a wedding anniversary December 31st, and then I have another one on August 18th. And the reason why is because we had planned the wedding for August 18th, but it was so hard having a long distance relationship because we met online, and I was down here in Florida and he was up in Connecticut. So we wanted to live together. However, my mom said that that was not going to be possible unless we got married. So we went to a Justice of the Peace, which was a friend of his family's, and she married us on December 31st. And then we went ahead with the regular scheduled wedding on August 18th. So I actually get to celebrate 2 anniversaries. Yay! So anyway, I had originally planned this to be a regular card. However, once I started to actually do it, it wasn't coming out really well, because it would have been a very long card with the reasons here, and then, you know, like why I love you, reason number 1, and it's because of this, and it was going to be a very long card, and then it looked too plain to me. I really didn't like it. I didn't care for it at all. And at school, I'm like the foldable queen. I make foldables for everything, so that way the kids can learn vocabulary. So basically, it's you just take a piece of paper, you fold it, and then once you fold it, you put your vocabulary word on the top. You draw the picture of the vocabulary word on the bottom, like what the word actually is. And from there, you go ahead and you color it, and hopefully the student remembers the vocabulary words. So I ended up wanting to make a card, and it turned out to be a mini album because it was just too plain, and I wanted to add pictures. So here is my finished product, and I'm going to take you step by step. What I did, the first thing that I did is that this is Recollections craft paper, and it's normally the 12 by 12 paper. All I did was cut it down to 6 by 12. And then I had to make 13 tabs here on the side. So what I did is I just took 6 inches divided by 13, which gave me 0.46 inches. So I rounded it up a little bit to 0.5 inches. So this piece of paper, the one in the back, is the whole 6 inches. This one I cut off ½ inch. This one I cut off 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inches, and they all go up by ½ inch intervals. The only one that messed up was this one up here, because I had taken from all of these that this one became really, really small. However, it's so minuscule that it doesn't even matter to me. I bound the book together by washi tape. I just took washi tape and bound this page, this part of the booklet with the next part of the booklet. So this part got bound to this part, and then this part got bound to the next part with washi tape. And washi tape didn't hold on to it very well, but it was that that was the only thing that I had. I had originally wanted to use like duct tape to do it, the really cute duct tape, but I didn't have any in my craft room, and I really wanted to use just what I have in my craft room because my craft room is overflowing with stuff. So what I did is I just reinforced it with hot glue on some of the pages where the washi tape is coming out. So anyway, the first page is my cover page, and it says 13 reasons why I love you. And reason number 1 is because you gave me 2 beautiful boys. And of course, that has to be the first reason why I love my husband, because I have the best kids in the world. Which are absolutely amazing. And these pictures here, that was one thing that took me a few hours, is trying to find the pictures to go along with the sentiment. This picture here is one of the last days of school. They had their end of the school year performance, so they had changed out of their costume and everything. It was after school, and we went ahead and took a picture. Then the second reason is because you do the laundry. So in this picture, this is Enzo, and he must be probably about 2.5 years old probably. He's probably about 2 years old here. And this is during the time that my sister was moving out of her house and we were going to move into her house. So the house is like a big old mess. And he's just playing around with, you know, clothing that he found, just trying to put it on. This right here is from the Greeting Farm. How to build a onesie builder. It's the boy one. So it has the little monster, the little car, and tiny rock star. Then the next reason number 3, is because you cook. And this one is one dish that he makes that is absolutely the best in the world. He makes a filet mignon with an au poivre sauce, which is basically cracked black pepper sauce. And it is absolutely the best sauce ever. It is so delicious. We got the recipe off the internet. It was awesome. So he makes that for me every once in a while. And this is just breakfast. He made me breakfast one morning. And of course, you know, I cook as well. But, you know, I wanted to make sure that he knew that I appreciated when he cooks as well. Reason number 4 is because he cleans. So he helps me clean the house. Most of the time I'll do like the dusting and, you know, the organizing kind of thing. And he'll do like the sweeping and mopping because my back is bad. So I can't do that. So this is a picture of the boys in bed, and Roman fell asleep like in this awkward position. I don't know why. But you can see that the room is like a mess. That is like our huge undertaking, is cleaning the boys' room. And this is gardening. When we first moved into the house, after a while we wanted to redo the flower beds, and this is him with the kids trying to redo the house, and they had borrowed my sister's truck. Reason number 4 is because you take me on wild goose chases. There's lots of times that I'll see something on TV, like on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, or something on the Ghost Channel, or, you know, anything that might strike my fancy. And I go ahead and I'm like, hey, do you want to take a field trip? And sometimes he'll be like, sure, let's go. So I got this picture. This is from the youth fair, and we go basically almost every year. It's a big, huge fair that we have down here. And I know that these are ducks, but I didn't have any pictures with geese in it, so I just put that one. And this is from a time that we went to a restaurant. It's called La Camaronera. It's really difficult to say. But this was featured on the Food Network with Guy Fieri. And we went there. They have a sandwich that's called La Minuta. And it's a fish sandwich. Benny loved it. And then they have fried shrimp, which is what I got. And they were amazing. You wouldn't think that fried shrimp would be great, but it was there. Basically, fried shrimp is fried shrimp, but there it just tasted different. It was really, really good. Reason number 6, because you do the grocery shopping. I am an atypical girl. I don't like shopping, period. I don't like to grocery shop. I don't like to clothes shop. I don't shoe shop. I don't like to shop. So Benny is the one that's in charge of doing the grocery shopping. Yes, I do go with him every once in a while, but that's every once in a while. Basically, I never go grocery shopping. I don't know why, I just don't like grocery shopping. So this picture is of the boys, and I think that in this picture they're about 5 years old, and we were making pizza, homemade pizza at home. And then this is when Roman was about 2 years old, 2.5 or so. And Benny was trying to drink out of the cup. And as Benny's trying to drink, he's trying to take a sip of it too. He wouldn't let him drink without him trying to drink. So it's cute. He loved that picture. Number 7, because you go to the store to buy me some weird scrapbooking thing. So whenever I watch YouTube and somebody has like this great idea or this fabulous deal that they found somewhere, I'll go ahead and be like, hey, I saw this on TV, or I saw this on YouTube. Can you do me the favor of going up there and trying to see if you can find it, whatever. And he'll go for me because he's really, really great about that stuff. So here are some pictures of my scrapbook room, which is when I first made the scrapbook room. It doesn't look like this anymore. Now it's like overfilled with stuff. reason number 8, because you bring me surprises. And he does this all the time. These are just like big surprises that he gave me, but normally he just does like little surprises, for instance. And you know, some people might not appreciate that kind of stuff, but I really do. So for instance, yesterday was New Year's Day, and we at the house had cereal, but we didn't have milk. The boys drank all the milk in the morning, and I didn't even know about it, you know, whatever. So in the middle of the day, he just goes off and he goes to get milk. I don't even have to tell him anything. He just goes off to get it because he knows that I can't stand going out. So he went out and he bought me milk. That to me means the world, that, you know, he does stuff like that for me. In this picture is a bunch of tulips, and I love tulips. And he got these delivered to the school. And on here, if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I had put on there that Benny had given me My Heart and Flowers, which is a 50 Shades kind of thing. And then here, he had gone out to the store. He had gone out somewhere with the boys, and he went by a Pandora store. And in the Pandora store, like, they had a sign that said that this pink bracelet was only available for a limited time. So he bought me 3 charms in order to get the bracelet. And then here is a box filled with cupcakes. These are Misha's cupcakes. If you're from South Florida, you know what Misha's is, and they are the most delicious cheesecakes in the world. So he gets me those every once in a while. Reason number 9, because you get along with my family. And this was a huge thing, because that was one of the deal breakers when we first started to talk. I had told him, like, if I don't like your family and your family doesn't like me, and you don't like my family or my family doesn't like you, then that's it. It's off. Because a marriage is difficult to begin with, to then have the drama of, you know, the family trying to take sides and, you know, do a whole mess of other stuff. So that was one of the things that I was really, really adamant about. And luckily, both of our families loved each other, so it was great. It worked out great. So here he's playing with my niece's son, and he had gone through a phase where he'd like to take cups and put them on his hats, and here we're at another niece's wedding. Then number 10, because you take care of me when I'm sick. And obviously none of the pictures are of me when I'm actually sick, because I don't like to take pictures to begin with. So I like taking pictures, but I don't like to be in the picture. So these are pictures of, like, when Enzo was sick and I had taken him to the doctor, so I'm carrying him at the doctor's office. And this is one time when Benny got sick, and he got really sick. It was like a really bad flu, and he got pneumonia and everything. It was like really bad. And he's a Connecticut boy, like I had said. He never, ever, ever gets cold. And this time he was so sick that he had on my Snuggie, plus he had on the covers. He was shivering. It was really bad. So those are pictures of that. Then number 11, because you put up with me. And, you know, everybody has their quirks. Everybody has, you know, their little idiosyncrasies. And one of mine happens to be that I get very anxious, very nervous about things. And it's about, you know, the dumbest of things, you know, things that are completely trivial to other people. And you would think that they mean absolutely nothing to everybody. But to me, they mean everything. It's like my world stops. So in here, I have a picture of me, and this is my birthday a few years back that I had with my scrappy friends over at my house. And then here, he writes me a note every once in a while on my lunches, like my, you know, lunch for next day. And here he wrote, you know, have a great day, don't sweat the small stuff. You know, and this year is going to be better than last year, stay positive, you know, and every once in a while he has to give me those little words of encouragement. And they mean the world to me. And then number 12 is because you're a great dad. This is by far his best quality of all. He's an amazing dad. Absolutely amazing. And Benny is one of 3. He's the eldest of 3 boys. And, you know, when he has himself, and then his mother has a sister, so him and his aunt, and then his aunt has 2 boys. So all of them are very close in age. They're like 5, 6, 7 years apart from the eldest to the youngest. So when he was growing up, he never had to change diapers, feed a baby, or anything like that, because they were so close in age. However, I am the baby of 6, so by the time that I came around, all of my brothers and sisters were already having kids. The oldest sister is 18 years older than I am, and the closest brother to me in age is 10 years older than I am. So I always had babies around in my house. Because, you know, they would come over, they would bring the kids, and then I would play with the kids, and they were basically like, my nieces and my nephews were basically like little dolls to me, where I got to play with them, and I got to feed them, and I got to change them, and everything else. It was, you know, they were my little toys. So he was a great dad, even though he didn't know anything of how to do stuff for their baby beforehand. He learned right away, and he never complained, and he did everything. He took them baths, he changed diapers, he fed them. And having twins, that is amazing, because it's really hard to have 2 at one time. It's like really, really hard. And there was a time where he was taking care of both of them while I was at work or whatever, and it's, you know, it gets really hard to take care of 2 at once. So this is by far his best quality. And then number 13, sorry, because you love me. You know, everybody, like I said before, everybody has their strange things, and it's not always easy staying married, as you guys probably know, you know, and you have to work on it. You know, marriage is work. And, you know, we get through all of our times, and the good thing about it is that me and him are basically like friends. We're really good friends. So that makes it so much easier. We're able to talk, we're able to get around with each other, we're able to do stuff, you know, and everything else. So that makes it really, really a lot better for us. So I really appreciated him, and I wanted to make him this card, and it ended up being a book. And every year we go to Ruth Chris. That's our tradition. So for our anniversary on December 31st, we go to Ruth Chris. And this year when we went, I went ahead and I took it, so that way he could have it after we were done with our meals. And I gave it to him, and it was really cute, because, you know, it brings a tear to your eye to see all these pictures that you haven't seen in years, and you probably forgot that you had them. And it was really cute, because after he was done with the book, then the boys took the book and they started to reminisce about the pictures, you know, that a lot of the stuff they didn't even remember about. So it was really cute. So anyway, this is what I have to share with you guys. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys will like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Bye.